got some good news and bad news, and I was like, oh dear.
Hi guys, we are Scott and Phoebe, and this is our 2017 long wheelbase Volkswagen Crafter Sassy. Join us as we convert her into our dream home on wheels.
Hello!
Our windows,
We have a window up here, as you can see. Just a little one for in our bedroom area. That one came, it was perfect, it was straight. It has a fly screen on it.
You're spoiling it later on.
No issues there. We have a giant Dematic Heki 2 skylight that opens quite wide. Like we'll probably be able to get onto the roof via the bed there. We also have a window on the opposite side of the sliding door
Which will be behind the sofa.
that slides open, and we have one on the sliding door which slides open.
They
But-
came together. They came at the same time.
Yeah, they came at the same time. I think the one for the driver's side was perfect, no issues there. The one for the sliding door looked like it was perfect when it arrived, because we did check them. But when we went to get them fitted at our garage, because we had to get a dent repaired, so we got
Yeah, we had a huge dent on this side that needed to be pulled out and like repainted and everything. So we just asked them for a quote for putting the windows in, and the price was, it was justifiable.
yeah,
It was a really good price for putting
a
the
good
windows
price, and it would have been silly not to get them done, because it wasn't a
in.
lot
And it was in the
of
workshop
money.
anyway.
It was going to be in the workshop, and they was just one of the jobs you kind of dread when you just spend all this money on a nice new van, and then you decide to cut big holes inside. I just didn't really like the idea of doing that as the first job.
Yeah, so when we took the van down to the workshop with all the windows in it, and 2 days, well they did the dent and everything first.
The first week they did the dent and all that, and they painted that, and I got an email that said got some good news and bad news, and I was like, oh dear, this
Good
could be
news.
really bad.
Good news,
The good news was
the dent was done.
the dent was done, painted,
Looked
good as
amazing.
new, and he was really pleased with how it came out, and so are we. The bad news is the window for the sliding door on this side had like a long bend in it that you could only see if you put it on like a flat table,
I'll insert photos.
but the problem was it meant that the slide mechanism for sliding the window open
Didn't work.
didn't work. So at this point we were a wee while after buying the windows, and I had to
We weren't sure if we'd
contact
get-
them, and I wasn't sure if we'd have to buy a new one, because we hadn't said in the time frame they said it would be.
But their customer
But
services.
Their customer service
Was
was
great.
amazing. They were
So
straight on
fast.
it, and they were pretty much looked at the photos and were like, yeah, you shouldn't have a bent window, and just sent another one.
Which arrived 6 days later.
Yeah, 6 days later, which was a bit of a hold up. It was supposed to be 48 hour. Arrived,
Bent.
and it was bent worse than the first one, but it was like, instead of being a long bend, it was just at one point at the end, and it would have been in the way that it was going to be pushing it away from the van and had the potential to pop out at some point in the future down the line, which we didn't really like the idea of, that it could do that when it's something as big as a window. It's not going to be a small hole if it pops off.
So we contacted them again with new photos of the new window, and just asked them what was going on. And they said that they have no idea how that happened. They will send out a third window. They took photos of the third window before it was
Yeah.
dispatched to prove to us it was straight before it was dispatched. And they sent it with express shipping because it
Yeah,
arrived
I
within
think
2 days. Because
Yeah, it was
actually it was a
2 days.
Friday and it arrived on the Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, which is pretty. Yeah, I think it was the Monday.
Which for Scotland is speedy.
Very quick. When it's
Speedy,
their
speedy.
company's definitely like down in England somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's not close.
Arrived super speedy, and I was at home and I just took it straight down to the workshop before I even opened it. Opened it with Neil at the workshop.
Yeah.
Dead straight.
Which is how it should be. And
Perfectly
now our windows are in.
dead straight. So they all got fitted a few days later. Luckily, they had a space for our van because the holes,
Yeah,
the holes were in the
cut.
side of the van, so we couldn't leave the van out overnight. But they had an extra workshop space that they could leave the van in overnight, which was perfect.
And they were great, the workshop. They did a great job of
yeah.
everything and were very helpful, very understanding. Well, there's not much we can do about bent windows, like it's
Yeah,
something
they
you
were
buy
great.
and-
They really were good, and they put our max fan in as well.
Yeah, they put the max on.
Yeah. I know a few people that have gone there since, because Jeanette and Adrian have gone there, and a guy I work with hit a deer. He's going there.
Yeah.
He actually hit 2 deer, both of them made a big dent. Different days. Different days.
I thought you had like
It's 'cause
two
he,
for one.
No, it's because he lives in the countryside. He has to drive to work at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's just.
So it's like just as the
asking
sun's
for
coming
it.
up. But the workshop was really good. So we have all our windows, which we are super happy with, and they're in the perfect place.
Yeah, other than that one's gonna get. Some of it's not going to be visible because the shower's going to have to go across it.
Yeah, but that's not an issue.
But that's not an issue at all. But that's just because we wanted the like privacy flush fit windows that you
originally-
get rather than having like caravan or motorhome windows that
Originally-
go out like that.
Your plan was to not have the one on that side
Yeah.
above the sofa. But when I decided that it was my van too, I persuaded.
There's nothing wrong with having a window there. I just wasn't going to bother.
I have an issue. I feel like if I didn't have enough light coming in, I'd feel claustrophobic.
But now that we have the giant skylight, fan, the 2 windows, the little window, and the front cab, because seats will be able to swivel, and that'll be where the other sitting area is. So there's going to be lots of light, and
Yeah.
in there, if we have our curtain open between the cab and the outside. So, yeah, it'll be fine.
Happy.
But it's very light. We get a lot of light from our big skylight, like a lot.
Yeah, it'll be good. I can't do it with one hand.
So push down. A bit stiff right now because they've not been used. There's a halfway point that it fixes to, but obviously they could stop at any point. All the way open.
So let's see.
Same on this side. There's a halfway point, but big window, which will probably take this wrap off of it, which can be partly open or open all the way. We got fly screen, blind for at night, and we've got the little bedroom window with a fly screen so that we can keep the bugs out. Just a little one.